Moving on, Indian security forces have intensified their operations to dismantle the intricate network of Pakistan-backed terrorism in India's union territory of Jammu and Kashmir. These proactive measures come in response to Islamabad's persistent and desperate attempts to launch infiltration bids in the region. In a recent operation along the line of control in Jammu and Kashmir's Kupwara district, Indian security forces successfully neutralized at least 3 terrorists in 2 separate encounters. This comes as the region prepares for its first assembly elections in over a decade, with heightened security measures in place. We have a report. In a significant development along the line of control in Jammu and Kashmir's Kupwara district, Indian security forces have successfully neutralized at least 3 terrorists in 2 separate encounters. On the intervening night of August 28-29, security forces in Jammu and Kashmir launched a massive operation in the Tangdhar sector after detecting the presence of terrorists attempting to infiltrate across the LOC. The operation was swift and precise, leading to the elimination of terrorists who were trying to breach the Indian territory. Soon after, another operation was initiated in the Machal sector, a known hotspot for infiltration attempts. Here, the vigilant troops of the 57 Rashtriya Rifles spotted 2 to 3 terrorists moving through the rugged terrain. In a well-coordinated effort, these terrorists were engaged and neutralized by the alert forces.
Pakistan Army is involved in training the terrorists. And when Pakistan Army and Special Action Group, they've decided that the standard of the terrorist attack has to be raised, so their commandos join in. Now that is how they are infiltrating from the border, and they have an advantage that the sleeper cells are available to help them out, are available to give them all the logistics supply, the ammunition supply, boarding and lodging, water supply, all the things. So their job becomes easy. But the question is, why do we give them opportunity? First thing is, very clearly, they have over 20 to 25 bases, training bases well within the POK from where they are launching. It is those bases which are the breeding grounds which have to be eliminated.
The threat of cross-border terrorism has long been a reality for India, with terror camps in Pakistan playing a central role in fueling the conflict in Jammu and Kashmir. These camps, often located in Pakistan-occupied Jammu and Kashmir, are equipped to train terrorists in guerrilla warfare, bomb making, and the handling of sophisticated weaponry. Infiltration from these camps is not a random act but a well-organized operation involving careful planning and coordination. Routes are selected to maximize the chance of success, often taking advantage of difficult terrain and adverse weather conditions that can provide cover for the terrorists. Pakistan's support extends beyond training. Logistical support in the form of weapons, ammunition and communication equipment is also provided to these groups. Despite these challenges, Indian security forces have developed and implemented sophisticated counter-infiltration measures. Advanced surveillance technologies, including thermal imaging, drones and a robust border fencing system, are now critical components of the security apparatus along the line of control.
कैंपें हैं, टेरर फैक्ट्रीज हैं, ये जो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन से हैं वो वहां पे ऑपरेट करते हैं और उनका दुकान, उनकी कमाई और उनकी बिजनेस मॉडल इसी पर चलता है कि क्या हम अंदर डाल के खून खराबा कर पा रहे हैं। अगर वो नहीं कर पा रहे हैं, उनको भी वहां पे पैसा मिलना बंद हो जाता है। उनको तरह तरह से जो पैसा मिलता है जगह जगह से, उनकी बिजनेसेस में, उनको अपनी सरकार से और दूसरे जरिए से जो मिलता है वो भी बंद हो जाता है।
The recent operations come at a particularly sensitive time, as the region prepares for its first assembly elections in over a decade. The upcoming elections are seen as a crucial step in restoring normalcy and strengthening democratic governance in the region. The elections will be conducted in 3 phases, with the first phase of voting scheduled for September 18th. To ensure a peaceful and orderly electoral process, nearly 300 additional companies of paramilitary forces will be deployed across the Union territory. Thakur Randhir Singh, a local candidate from the Kalakot Sundarbani constituency, has voiced concerns about Pakistan's ongoing attempts to disrupt the elections. He noted that while Kashmir has seen a significant reduction in violence and an increase in development-focused discourse, Pakistan continues to sponsor efforts aimed at destabilizing the region.
एजेंसी के दौर में हमेशा कालें आती रही, बंद की कालें रहती रही कश्मीर में, स्टोन पेल्टिंग होती रही। तो देखिए आज कश्मीर बिल्कुल शांत है और सभी लोग अपना अपना काम कारोबार कर रहे हैं। और डेवलपमेंट की साइड लोग आज डेवलपमेंट की बात करते हैं, हम आज मिलिटेंट्स की बात नहीं करते, लेकिन पाकिस्तान ने अपना काम लगातार जारी किया और रखा हुआ। मैं आपको बताऊं बात के ये जो इलेक्शन है, इलेक्शन को डिस्टर्ब करने की कोशिश की जा रही है। जो जिन पार्टियों का उनसे लेना देना है वो शायद वो इन्वॉल्वमेंट करके तो वो चाहते हैं कि लोगों को डरा धमका के वोट कम से कम वोट हो।
Pakistan's strategy of using terrorism as a state policy to achieve its objectives against India has not only failed but has also backfired. Decades of supporting and facilitating infiltration into Kashmir have done little to change the ground realities in the region. Instead, Pakistan is now grappling with the blowback of its policies, facing significant internal challenges posed by terrorism within its own borders. Internationally, Pakistan's involvement in supporting terrorism has led to widespread condemnation and growing isolation. The country's persistent failure to address the issue of terrorism within its own territory has resulted in a loss of credibility on the global stage. Moreover, the adverse effects of terrorism have not only destabilized Pakistan but have also severely hampered its economic growth and development prospects.